my name is Citlali. I am a sophomore at UAF. I am pursuing a degree in social work. I will be your mock social worker for today. What is your name?
James.
Would you like to be addressed as James or as Jimmy?
Jimmy.
Okay. So before we get started, Jimmy, I do have to let you know that I am a mandated reporter. What that means is that if I suspect that there has been any neglect or child abuse within your home, I do have to report it. If there has been any abuse to an elder or a disabled person, I do make the report as well. If you disclose that you want to hurt yourself or others, and I believe you have an action plan and you are willing to go with it, I do also have to make the call. Do you have any questions for that?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so what brings you in today?
I'm going through some life struggling changes right now.
Okay, so life struggling changes. What do you mean by that?
Well, my wife has currently left me, and she left me with a 10-year-old disabled child, special needs child.
Okay, so special needs. What kind of special needs?
He has autism.
Okay. Okay, so there's a lot going on right now. So your wife left you, and you have a child with disabilities. So how about we focus on one thing today? What do you want to focus on? Do you want to focus on the fact that now you're alone, the fact that your wife left you, or do you want to focus on your son's disability? What is the major struggle that you're having right now as a single dad?
I think I guess I want to say the outcome. Either one, I need to figure out what I'm going to do because obviously I can't take care of this kid on my own due to him having special needs. So I mean, we can focus on the child.
Okay. So let me see if I'm understanding correctly. When you say you can't take care of him on your own, what does that mean? What exactly are you seeking for? What kind of outcome are you looking for?
The outcome I'm not too sure about, but something's got to happen because me staying home taking care of him all the time, obviously it keeps me from being able to go to work.
Okay.
And my job, I mean, my life situation right now, I personally myself, I don't even know if it's even obtainable.
Okay. So, so we're gonna focus today on your child, but let's get a little bit of a background on your life, on your personal life. Do you have any family that could help you out? Do you live in the area? Do you have family here?
I do live in the area. I do not have family that lives with me. Uh, all of my family is in Nevada and Oklahoma.
Okay. Um, is your ex-wife's family here?
They are here, but they want nothing to do with me or her at the same time.
Okay. So you have no support from either one of your family members,
Correct.
I guess.
On her side nor my side do I have any support.
Okay. Okay.
And I guess the end state I think needs to be is what is going to be best for this child.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I guess after going through the process and stuff like that, is it one, I guess, in my situation, am I even going to be able to provide for this child being on my own? Because obviously the mother wants nothing to do with this child because she just upped and left him and I both.
Okay. So you are seeing a, a possibility of maybe an adoption? Is that what you're saying? I
I
mean,
mean, I guess I could, if it's a possibility and that's what's going to be better for the child, then I mean, we can put it in the bowl and stir it around. And
okay. So what exactly do you do for a living, Jimmy?
I'm a mechanic.
So you're a mechanic. Um, how does your son do it in school?
Uh, when the wife and I were together, I mean, between the both of us, we always got called into school quite a bit just because of his outbursts and stuff like that. And I mean, even in the home situation, it's still a bit of a struggle. I mean, even for one person, it's a bit of a struggle with his autism.
Okay, is it severe?
Mm, I'd say it's between mild and severe.
Okay. Uh, do you participate at all in his school? Do you attend school functions? Does he go to after school programs and stuff like that? Or is that something that your ex-wife was mainly the one
Right, that
doing
was
it?
what my ex-wife was mainly doing because I mean, due to my work schedule and stuff, I mean, I was working 14, 15-hour days, so it's not like I had a whole lot of time to go do school activities with them, or even at that, I mean, usually by the time I got home, he was already asleep and in bed.
Okay. Um, have you thought of the possibility of putting him in daycare while you go to work?
I think, and that's where I mentioned earlier, like, I don't, I mean, obviously in today's economy and stuff like that, pay is really not that good. And being able to, off of a single income, base a house payment and daycare and all these other things is just, it's almost to the point where it's impossible.
So is your situation more financial, or you're just having really bad problems with um, him and his personality and his disability problems?
I would say it's a little bit of both. Uh, One, I guess you could say, stress out because it's hard for me to deal with that kind of stuff. And I mean, obviously being at work and stuff like that all the time, and I'm coming home, I'm tired. Um, I don't have the time. I know that might sound kind of selfish, but and at the same time, it is a financial issue as well. I mean,
Okay.
personally, myself, I don't know if I don't want to say I don't know. In my mind, I don't think by myself that I am capable of taking care of my child with his disability needs. Because it's not like you can't take a kid with autism to just any daycare.
Okay. Do you know the reasons why your wife left?
I'd say between the both of us, it was a lot of jealousy, um, probably financial as well because she didn't work. So, I mean, I'm not saying that I was the perfect person, but I'm not saying she was a bad person.
Okay. Um, well,
So it is a, it was a hostile, it was a toxic relationship. I mean, it was probably never good from the get go.
mhm.
So,
What is your highest level of education?
I dropped out of high school in my 11th grade year. So I've never really had the time to go to college or to try and keep pursuing a higher degree.
What brought you here to Alaska?
Work,
So you came here because you had a better pay?
correct.
Where did you move here from?
Oklahoma.
Did you have a better support system when you were in Oklahoma?
Uh, I would say yeah. Just, but it was only, I mean, it was a better support system to a point. It wasn't like, I mean, if I needed help here and there, yeah, but an everyday situation, it not really.
Who was helping you out when you were in Oklahoma?
My stepmom,
Okay. So you mentioned you have a stepmom, so your parents are divorced.
correct. My parents are divorced as well.
Okay. Um, how long has your dad and your stepmom been married?
They have been married, mm, I'd say probably 18 years,
Okay.
18, 19 years. And then before that, I mean, obviously my father and my mother were only married, I want to say 4 or 5 years max, I think. I'm not quite sure, but I know they were divorced when I was very young.
Do you have a good relationship with your mother?
I do not. I do not have a good relationship with my mother.
Is your mother in Oklahoma as well, or?
No, my mother is in Oregon.
Oh, okay. Okay. So your dad and your stepmom were the ones giving you support
Correct.
in Oklahoma.
Correct.
Okay. Now, do you think that your son's behavior has improved or gotten worse since you moved from Oklahoma here?
I wouldn't say it's gotten worse. I mean, as we know, children they got real good senses and they can sense the the animosity and stuff, especially when a husband and wife are arguing and it's getting to that point where the relationship's getting ready to cave in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the kids can sense it. And I would say ever since probably up to probably about 3 months ago, maybe 3 or 4 months ago, it has decreased. His
Okay.
behavior has gotten worse.
But not since you moved from
No,
where he had relatives around.
no.
So you didn't see any difference.
Mm, maybe a little, but
Not too much.
not too much.
Okay. So, well, I can't. We're not going to be able to come up with a solution today. Um, this is something that we will be able to do in multiple visits. You know, we have to see the bigger picture and see what we could do. Um, I think right now we just have to really just get to know each other, you know, and see. I would love to get to know your son as well, and see his behavior and see what you're talking about. You know, maybe it would be nice to have obviously some family around and stuff right now, but
Yeah, I
it's
mean, I think it would be a lot easier. I don't want to say a lot easier, but I mean, would it take the stress out of the situation? Absolutely. Is it going to fix the situation? I don't think so.
now how do you deal with your son's behavior when he misbehaves? How do you approach the situation?
Honestly, uh, I mean, I can deal with it for a little bit, but I do catch myself getting frustrated. Um, Sometimes I almost feel myself getting to the point where I almost want to have an outburst, but I sit down and I talk to myself. I mean, I take a couple deep breaths and I try and take myself out of the situation, but I mean, it's frustrating.
By an outburst, what do you mean by that? Like,
I guess vocal,
so you just want to yell at him?
right? And it's like I almost just, it's like maybe the louder I yell, the maybe it'll get his attention.
And you think it would make the situation better?
I don't know if it'd make the situation better, but when you're caught up into that moment and stuff, you don't really think about it. And, I mean, you act on
Do
your
it.
emotions at that given point in time. You just,
So in the situations where the school has called you, what exactly have you done to try to change his behavior or to discipline him for that situation?
sometimes I'll take stuff away from him when we get home. And then, I mean, obviously, sometimes that doesn't even work. And it's just, I mean, you get home sometimes and you want to grab your head and you're just like, what the hell? I mean, sometimes you lose it.
Have you talked to his teachers and see to his special ed teachers and see if there's anything that they could help you with as far as how to deal with him when he's having a bad day?
Um, I really haven't talked to them too much. Maybe I'm just assuming, but to me, it almost seems like it's gotten to the point to where, I mean, because you're talking maybe once or twice a week, we're having to pick him up from school because of something, an outburst or or whatever, and it almost seems maybe it's gotten to the point where maybe the teachers are starting to give up.
Okay. Okay, James. Well, I think that what we're gonna have to do is that we're just gonna have to set up some meetings to where we could meet each other maybe once a week and see how the situation has improved, if any, and we could just go from there. If nothing has improved or if you're not getting the desired results, then we kind of just go from there and see if what are the options for you,
Mm-hmm.
then we could start looking to see how we could help you out or try to look for as many options as possible and see what's going to help you in the long run and what's going to be the best thing for your son. I mean, ultimately, we want the best thing for him, and we want him to be in a good home. If you don't think you're capable of offering that for him anymore, we definitely, we could figure something out.
Right.
You know, we could just we're just gonna have to keep, our fingers crossed and just keep looking and see what we could come up with. Okay,
Sounds good.
do you have any questions for me?
Mm, I don't think so. I don't think right at this time right now. Um, I think I think the end state is. I mean, that's what we need to do is find out what's best for the kid.
Okay, so we'll do that then.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
I'll
Thank
see you
you.
next week.
Thanks.
Thank you.